You guys want to see something crazy? You know that dead hang I did at the Arnold Expo? That 8-minute dead hang? They just sent me all the protein bars just now, right before I went live. That's a year worth of protein bars that I won at the Arnold Expo for the dead hanging competition. Can you believe that? Freaking amazing. They sent me 3 of these. They sent me 3 of these boxes. I'm like, what is going on outside my door? So this was the Jimmy bar. They're protein bars with creatine in them. I won a year's supply at the Arnold Expo for a dead hanging competition. My personal best on the dead hang is 23 minutes. Hey, what's up, guys? Thanks for watching. Welcome aboard to the chat. We're going to do some concrete dumbbells tonight. When I was in the prison system, I was dreaming about going home and having my own weights. And, finding out the equipment part is rather cheap, but the weights themselves, those things can get expensive. They can get pricey. But concrete is cheap. Yeah, buddy, that'll be perfect. That'll be perfect. The #1 supplements in my book is creatine, MSM, vitamin D3, zinc, magnesium. Those are the basics that everybody should have in my book. All this other stuff, the pre-workout, the Turk Builder Max, all that other stuff from HTLT, this stuff is awesome, right? But, man, you don't need it, right? This is just like extra. Let's see, where can I buy it? Buy what? The Turk Builder? Well, if you want that, I got a promo code. You go to HTLT and use the promo code SUCKA-FREE. You know, just like everything I do, it's sucker-free. And the nice thing about the Turk Builder, when you get it from the HTLT, they offer a money-back guarantee. I've been taking it for like 15 days or so, something like that. And I've definitely gotten more shredded in my physique. I like it so far. How much of the Turk are you taking? I'm taking less than recommended. I'm only taking 1 pill a day. Yeah. So I'm just stretching it out for 40 days straight, right? That's the way I'm going about it. And I got no complaints. You know, honest review, I'm a fan. All right. So the way we're going to do this one, I pulled 2 cards, ace and 5, so we'll do 15. That's how we'll start. Ah! Yep. Yeah, buddy. Holy smokes. Boy, that first set is tough, huh? It always is. Always is. 15 rep set is worth timing the duration of the rest period. So we know when our heart rate's calmed down enough, we've regained control of our breathing. Nicholas. Heck yeah, sucker-free community. Welcome to the chat, guys. Yeah, these are just 85 pounders. Yeah, these weights only cost me $13 each to make. I got a video on how I did it on the YouTube if you'd like to check it out. It's good stuff. It's enjoyable making concrete. All right, the timer says we are at 1:11, the rest period thus far. Pulled another 2 cards. 10 and 5, another 15 on deck. 15 on deck. 85 pounds each. They'll get easier as they go. Each set that'll be a little bit easier, and then they'll start getting heavy again. But they still feel pretty heavy right now. All right, so that first set, we took a 2-minute break. Then we got 15 on deck. Yeah. 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 Good set, good set. Time that rest period, it felt a little easier that time. What up, Eric? Welcome to the chat. I'm for greetings. Yeah, they're just 85 pounds each. That's it. What up, guys? Welcome to the chat. A little bit of concrete. Time our rest period. We're at 30 seconds so far. Mad respect for making those. You should see the video, man, I did on it. It's pretty awesome. Dude, concrete is awesome. I even got plates, concrete plates, that you could use on a standard Olympic barbell. Those are nice too. I made them out of trash cans. I use trash cans for the molds. Alright, we're at 1:11 of a rest period thus far. Give it a shake. Do I do coaching? Yeah, man, hit me up. Everybody's different, so I gotta design a plan specifically for you. If you're not serious, don't even hit me up. Now, I try to make all my training as free as possible. So if you're new to the channel, check out the community that we have. We got a free Discord. You know, the Discord, I highly recommend going there, posting the food you eat, your progress pics, links to your workouts, you know, because it's a community, you know. It's a community we got here. It's not me against you. We're in this thing together. Any rebar in there? Sometimes I'll put fencing in it. Sometimes I won't. I've never had concrete weights crack on me. I know people like to pick them up and throw them down, but I'm not that kind of lifter. I don't throw my weights down. I set my things down nicely, you know. Only people throwing weights around in the gym, those weights don't belong to them, right? They're just throwing around somebody else's things. All right, that's enough of a rest period. That one was 3 whole minutes. Next card is a 9. Let's pull another one. Queen, I was worried about that. 19. 19 on deck. What's up, Billy? Hector, greetings, Scott. Welcome to the chat, Ray. Cheek, Collas, let's see. C-O-L-L. Jonathan, greetings. 19 on deck is the next one. Yes, if you'd like to hit me up for personal training, hit me up on Jesse Pollock Coaching at gmail.com, right? Or you can hit me up on the Discord. But I highly recommend you check out our free community first. Because more than likely, the community that I provide for you guys, you'll be able to get what you need there for free. You won't have to waste no money or nothing. Not saying you'd be wasting money if you decided to get coached by me. It'd probably be pretty awesome. Here we go, 19 on deck. I owe 5 more. Yeah! 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 Holy smokes. What a pump. What a pump, man. Let's time that duration. Gotta stand up after that one. Love it. Feel the burn. I tell you what, that last rep was epic, man. That last rep, I was tearing new muscle fibers for sure. Yeah, this is my self spotter, right? My self spotter rigging system. Y'all gotta be like MacGyver when it comes to physical fitness. You know, you gotta make things happen with what you got. Andriel, welcome to the chat. Calf pumps are insane. Yeah, they are. Calf reps. Yep. Half reps on the calves. Will turn you into a cripple. Good leg workout. Boy, I got these a little bit lower, so I have to start at the most stretched out position. Starting at that negative is tough. Instead of up here and then loading the muscle and then bouncing it back up, we're starting at the base. Do you ever think you overdo it? I'm an overdo it kind of guy. That's just what I love. I overdo everything, you know, in life. But that's just me. I know a lot of you can relate. You wouldn't be here if you couldn't. Purple, greetings. Moss, what's up? Goat. Jay, how you doing? How long was I in prison? Hey, welcome to the chat. Just 6.5 years. I'm telling you guys, if I knew I could do this, you know, as a young man, I would have never got a gym membership. You know, I would have just started doing push-ups and pull-ups. Let's see, Mike says rest is important though. I don't like to rest. I mean, that's just not me. I don't like to rest. I like to work out. That's where I find my joy. Let's pull another 2 cards. Ace, of course. What's it gonna be? 6. 16 on deck. I've been working out like 2 times every day for the last, you know, almost 20 years. You know, it's just what I do. I learned it in the prison system. You know, you go out to rec first thing in the morning, you work out, you go to evening rec, you work out. That's how you do your time, right? That's what I'm used to, right? It's the only way to live. It's the only way to live, right? Alexander, greetings. With it warming up outside, everybody is pumped and excited for an extra pump. Yeah, go out to the park, guys. Get some fresh air. Happy first day of spring, everybody. Didn't the air smell wonderful today? It smelled great. It's like a whole new year. Happy New Year, everybody. Yeah, part of the routine, absolutely. Second nature. It's the only nature. It's the first nature. Work out, right? Six on deck. The world can be chaotic, right? It's all about being sucker-free, guys. If you're new to my channel, first off, welcome. All right. In the prison system, there is this saying, sucker free. We got to be sucker free with our mentality, right? Our emotions, the people we hang out with, you know, our life in general. We got to be sucker free. And to do that, we have to do the push-ups, we have to work out, we just have to stay consistent, right? Because generally, the sucker attack happens like to guys that don't work out. Guys that have built up stress and emotions they can't deal with. They end up having a sucker attack, you know? It doesn't look good. It doesn't look good. But it happens because we're human. And we can avoid all that. We can avoid looking stupid, right? By just working out. Clear the head, you know? Yeah. And when you see your friends having sucker attacks, you know, they're all in their emotions, you know, be a bro. Tap them on the shoulder and I'm like, come on, man, you need to go work out, right? Pick up your fellow man, make him work out, and he'll feel better about whatever he's going through in life. For real. You know? And guys that are really struggling with their lives, it's the routine of working out 2 times a day. You bury yourself in it, right? One by one, it must be done. So we got 16 on deck. Yep. Yeah. 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 Love this. I love this. That's what I live for, bro. Hey, Justin, how you doing, man? Welcome to the chat. That's my brother over there. I'm very proud of him. Ariel says making content 2 times a day is 24/7 work. Yeah, there's a lot that goes into this that you guys don't see. All the editing, everything that I do, but I do it for the love of it. I love this, man. I love working out with this community we got here. Leave the ego at the door, leave the politics at the door, get to work. We stay sucker free. What's my diet, bro? I eat peanut butter and jelly, hard-boiled eggs, chicken, beef, pasta. You know, I like to eat food. Just like the next man. But if you guys are interested in developing a little self-discipline, intermittently fasting is the way to do it. Now, in hindsight, the prison system, the way they feed the men, it's intermittently fasting, right? It sure is. You know, dinner served by 4 o'clock. You know what I mean? It's over, right? You are intermittently fasting every day of the week. I never went to bed full. I always went to bed hungry. Do I do cardio? More reps? Yeah, that's my cardio. Iron is medicine. It sure is. The clinking of the weights. Yes. Hey, Walker, what's up, guys? Where's everybody from? Feel free to throw your country flags up, all that. Worldwide community together. I'm from Ohio. Welcome. He didn't know much about the internet because he wasn't interested. Well, you know what? Before I went to prison, there wasn't smartphones, but when I came out, there was, and that was a big. It honestly turned into an addiction. I spent a lot of time, going from nothing to having, the world at your fingertips. Hey, what's up, Peter? Welcome to the chat. Poland in the house, Lauren from VT, Jimmy from Canada, Sham, England, UK. Greetings, Chris from Texas, Corpus Christi, Texas. John, born in Warren, Ohio. Christopher, I do hybrid training from England, Ireland. Welcome. Welcome, Holland, New Jersey, Scotland, worldwide community, Michigan. What's up, guys? How you doing? Ravenna, welcome. Toronto, Elizabeth, greetings. Texas. Muskesh, Mukesh, welcome from Texas. I don't mean to be mispronouncing anybody's names. I feel that's disrespectful. My apologies. Sacramento, greetings. Florida in the house, welcome. Thoughts on peptides? I don't know. They seem like it's an interesting topic of discussion, don't they? A lot of people talk about them. I don't have the experience with them to talk about it. Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Yeah, buddy. That character was scary. Scared me. Chuck Norris? Yeah, Chuck Norris, man. Thoughts on tofu? When I was in the prison system, they would give us a tofu option some nights. And when I chose to eat the tofu or soy option, at least the quality that the prison system was serving us, I would feel my estrogen levels peak. And it would cause like a panicky feeling. So the foods that I ate, changed how I felt, right? Everything you eat has a feeling attached to it. That's why you gotta eat clean. You gotta eat clean as possible. Do I have a job? Yes, I am a content creator. I create content. I personal train. I have over 4 million monthly views on my content. And those of you who've been purchasing the SUCKA-FREE decks of cards and joining the membership and giving the super chats, all you guys are supporting this content. I appreciate all of you. And honestly, this job is harder than a lot. I'm a tree guy by trade, so I climb trees all day and I cut them back down to the ground, and I know what real work is. Right? Trust me. Yeah, buddy. More than most of you guys anyways. 6 and 2. I kind of live a hard life. Plus 10 on deck. That'll be 22. Harder than most. I try not to show everybody that, but that's how it is, bro. See, it's cool though. It's cool though. You know, when I first started YouTube and I would see other content creators working out, I would be like, how are you guys surviving? How are you guys making ends meet? And I'd contact these guys. Nobody's really making money off of going live streaming and whatnot. You know, if I showed you guys my analytics, I generate about $1,000 a month with all these little knickknacks, the cards and the super chats and all this. You know, I'm just a regular dude. I'm not super rich. I know there's super rich people out there, but I'm not super rich. I mean, I'd like to be. Wouldn't that be fun? I would do some cool stuff if I was, right? If I had a lot of money, I would have a dog sanctuary, right? Where dogs could be like rehabilitated and like live out their days like on a big huge farm. I would do that for sure, right? I would have like a gym that we can all meet up at and we could work out together. We could do stuff like that, right? Wait, you have $1 million, I could give them no. Yeah, I have my push-ups and I have my community, and what we do is real, right? So what we have is real, right? It's not fake, it's not bought for, it's not paid for. We got a nice, real community. Yeah. You would save the dogs too? Heck yeah. I like animals more than I like people. No offense to anybody out there. How many grams of protein do I eat? I don't count. I do not count. You know, I love the community that, you know, when I was getting clean, you know, going through the AAs and the NAs, it was the community, the fellowship from one man to the next that kept me coming back. And I feel like we have that kind of community here. You know, I just want to see you guys make progress and gains in your workouts. There ain't no money involved. That's why that dude who was asking for private coaching, I said, listen, bro, I give a lot of stuff out for free. Check out all my free stuff before you pull that trigger, right? I mean, I want you guys to work out, and I don't want you to pay for it, right? But I appreciate you guys supporting the content. I do. You guys are making this happen. So, one love. One love. Yeah. All right, so back to it. We got 10, 6, and 2. 8 on deck, or 18 on deck. Luke Skywalker, what's up, bro? Says, I appreciate you. I know you do. And I appreciate you guys and gals in this sucker-free community. I know it's hard to stay sucker-free in this world of lollipops. But we gotta stay focused. We gotta stay focused. had to dig deep for that one. What? Sorry. I scared him upstairs, being a little loud. We should go to a Planet Fitness and set off the lunk alarm. That's the kind of content I like to watch. When I'm watching content, I always find pleasure in that. Lauren says, cutting up nicely. Thank you. I feel like I am too, right? We definitely made some gains within the last, since I got back from the Arnold, really. Heck yeah. For Life says, I can't lose my stubborn fat. This dude is lean. Maybe I'll stop worrying about how many calories I'm eating and just eat less. Well, start off intermittently fasting, guys. It's the best thing. It's the best thing, right? I don't drink alcohol either. So if you guys are drinking your calories before you go to bed, you know what I mean? It's not going to work. But intermittently fasting is, I can't talk better about it. I love it. Yeah, so just try to refrain, so noon to 8 p.m. Nothing before, nothing after. Just start there, do that for a month, right? Now when you come to a plateau in your desired weight, gaining or losing, right? It means that your current consumption is maintaining that size and figure. So your current figure is being dictated by your habits and everything you eat. Those are the only two factors in your current physique. Everything matters. Everything matters. Are we talking about losing weight or gaining weight? Right? When you reach a plateau, you have to wipe the board clean with what you think you know is okay. Because you're going to reach a plateau, and in your mind, you're going to think X amount of foods are okay to eat, or this is okay to do, right? You're wrong, right? The board's got to get wiped clean, because your current physique is dictated by what you're currently eating and your habits. I don't, you know what? Bulking for me is carbs. If you want to gain weight, you gotta eat carbs. PH says, do the half reps, build strength, or just swell the muscle. I get that question a lot, right? I usually get it from guys that are like dead set in doing a specific routine, and you just like can't teach an old dog new tricks. You know, you got to be open to new ideas of working out, right? Like people tell me that my style of training is for size only and that I don't have strength. But I think that's just ridiculous. You know, my deadlift is 585. You know, I could do one arm pull-ups, I could do muscle-ups. I mean, I'm throwing these things around for, 15, 19, 20 reps. I'm like, where am I lacking? I'm big and I'm strong, you know? It's not one or the other, right? Guys who say it's one or the other, they're talking with their ego, right? Their ego is like, it's okay, I get it. I read all those bodybuilding books as well. When I was locked up in the prison system, they all said do full rep range of motion. Every single book still says do full rep range of motion, right? It's only when you get on the real world and you look out on the yard, everybody's doing the half reps. All the big guys are anyways. It's like the bigger they are, the less rep range of motion they do. What's up, Green? Welcome to the chat. Now, with these half rep range of motions, if you guys ever seen any of my burpee videos, I am so ballistic, man. Like, I can get air. I get air off of my burpees, right? It's like I'm flying. Put my arms out, you know, all that. I feel like these half reps give me more, I mean, really help with my explosive, you know, strength. I really could, the plyometrics, it's like, it's pretty epic. You know, welcome to the chat. Chris says, hard to do full reps when your space is filled with muscle, right? That's what I thought too when I used to watch the old black and white bodybuilding videos. You know, you would think, without knowing or being aware of the method, that these guys were just so big that they're muscle bound, that they can't do full rep range of motion. No, it's not that at all. They're isolating the pump. They're fine tuning it, right? You start off on a full rep range of motion, then you narrow the rep range until you're just on that pump, right? And you're just rocking the most sweet spot of that rep range. Let's see. Kron says, I feel the half rep specifically put time under tension. Yeah, it's more time under tension for the duration of the set. No, hypothetically, you know, a set takes 40 seconds to complete, right? A full set, right? They're only momentarily on that sweet spot in a full rep range of motion rep. Opposed for a half rep where you keep on that sweet spot the entire duration of the set, the whole entire 40 seconds. Instead of only like a fourth, right? It's 4 times as effective, in my opinion. You'll feel the pump like no other. Daniel says, I'm fat, I want to build muscle and lose fat. What do I do? Stop eating carbs. All right. So if you have excess fat reserves, which is what your fat is energy reserves, stored up energy to be used at a time when you are in a calorie deficit. So to get access to that door of your fat reserves, you need to be in a calorie deficit to even get access to that, right? If you're not in a calorie deficit, you're not burning your fat reserves. That's just how it goes. So eat more protein, greens, vegetables, all that. Yeah. Now, when I quit drinking alcohol, I only ate dinner for like a month, right? I didn't eat breakfast, I didn't eat lunch, I worked out, I went to work, I worked through lunch, I came home, and I only ate dinner. I lost like 55 pounds right off the bat. Business OG says, you want more tattoos, bro? I mean, when is enough ever enough, you know? Honestly, I would love to do a full body tattoo. You know, just go over everything again. Make it all flow together nicely. How long did you lose 50 pounds? Well, it took me like 2 or 3 months. I didn't lose it right away, but when I lost it, it stayed off me. Now my brother, on the other hand, he lost 75 pounds in the first month and a half tops. He was 245 pounds, 250 pounds, and he's since lost 100 pounds in body weight. He currently weighs 150 and he is doing one-arm pull-ups. Yeah. My brother Justin Pollock, check out his channel. He has made an epic transformation, 100%. JRC Tattoo, 30 years tattooist. Heck yeah, man. Tattoo's an art, man. Much respect. I love, you know, in the prison system, guys were getting tattooed every night. It was, it's an art form, for real. Hey, what's up? Pale Crow says, if anyone can motivate fitness and exercise, it's this dude. Much respect, Jesse. Love your content. You got me hooked on the half reps. Hey, welcome aboard, man. I only want to show you guys what has helped me the most in my life. You know, if I knew this stuff at a younger age, you know, where would I be today? You know? Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. Yeah, let's continue, right? What's my max bench? My max bench was in the prison system. It was only 365 while weighing 185, right? And I also did the 585 on the deadlift. That was my max. That was a fun one. All right, let's pick another one. Is each bucket a full bag? Let's see, how much does each weigh? Well, this weighs, these are 3 gallons, 3-gallon buckets. I got 5-gallon ones over there in the back. Those ones weigh 110 a piece. These little ones only weigh 85 a piece. It's still good though. I feel pretty ripped from it. Mace, welcome, says, hello Jesse, I'm 47. I train hard. I feel better than in my 20s. Thanks for all the advice. Heck yeah, that's what it's about. Now, I feel better today at 44 than I did, you know, when I was 28. Why are you saying only 365? Well, 365 isn't really considered strong for somebody with my size, but that was like 6 years ago. I don't train for 1 rep max. That was fun when I did it. I would like to do it again just because. Yeah, always have a spotter, guys. Always have a spotter. Well, now I have a strength chart If you guys want so when I benched that, I came across a strength chart in the prison system. The guys were coveting, and they would laminate it and they would pass it to the couple guys in there that worked out every day. And I was lucky enough to take one home with me, this strength chart. If you look at my community post on the YouTube, you will see it. It's like one of the first posts I've ever posted. And it's got the chart that I followed to hit that 365 rep range. It's there is a method for lifting heavy, right? There's a method to it. If you guys are interested in that kind of stuff, you just got to train in that direction. That's all. You can do anything you put your mind to, for real. You know, there's a method. Daniel says, how do I make working out a habit? Is it self-love? It's discipline? What fuels you to work out? All right, so well, just the basics is you just got to stay consistent, you know, work out every day, hold yourself accountable to an achievable workout for the first 30 days. You build a habit, because after 30 days of being consistent, you built a habit. So now you're in the habit of doing something every day, and then you can fine tune and finesse that habit and lifestyle. You don't have to change everything overnight. It's a lifetime of fine tuning and dialing in, you know, but you got to start somewhere, right? Like intermittently fasting, eat between the hours of noon and 8 p.m. You know, stay consistent with your workout, whether you feel sick, lousy, or whatever. Just stay consistent so the body gets used to doing something every day. You know, you're building a lifestyle, right? It's not just a hobby, it's a lifestyle. And then you change your thinking habits. But before you can change your thinking habits, if your thinking habits are all sorts of messed up here, you know, the very minimum you can do is stay consistent. Same time every day. This is the workout. Do it no matter what, right? Adam says, I'm 50. Since September, I've dropped from 211 down to 185. Heck yeah, Adam. Congratulations, man. That's awesome discipline right there. Are the workouts hindering your recovery from judo? No, I'm adapting to the extra volume. It's fun. I'm having fun. I got my gi. I got my gi. I'm all signed up, and I went a couple classes, and it's fun. I'm learning new things. You know, just because I'm in judo, guys, still I don't want to fight any of you. Just so you know. Everybody wants to fight me for some reason. I don't get it. But it's all about learning something new, right? I think it's going to be fun. It'll be fun. We'll have a good time. Sensei Paul says we can live stream fight nights. So when I get a little more proficient and know what I'm doing a little bit better, he gave us the okay to, you know, just live stream the fight nights. So that'll be fun too. Kramer says, I started boxing, but I'm always sore to work out a day after. Yeah. Well, if you stay consistent, the workout relieves you from the soreness, right? I'm only sore until I work out again, right? And I generally work out 1 or 2 times a day. So I'm sore until I work out again. Like in the beginning of this workout, that first rep of 15 was really difficult. You could see that. And I said, the next set will be easier, right? And it is easier because your body warms up to it. And then you get to a point where you're just exhausted and then it wears out again. But yeah, you gotta keep moving. You're like in the endless cycle of working out and being sore. But for those of you new guys working out, the soreness that you new guys feel for the first month is way more sore, but it's not going to last forever. It's very discouraging when you first start, and it's very discouraging. You're like way more sore than the average gym goer, right? The average gym goer doesn't feel this kind of soreness as a newbie does, as his body is getting used to this, right? After you white knuckle it and just push through your first 30 days, it becomes a walk in the park. You're not sore anymore, but you have to stay consistent. Most of the time, I see the bodies adapt after day 14. Day 14, it gets easier. Between 14 and 17, it gets a lot easier. But the first 7 days is hell. 100%. Are your abs perfect? No, man. I will never be perfect. I will never, ever, ever be perfect. Right? Teach a man to work out, train him for a day. Give a man body dysmorphia, train him for life, right? Welcome to the chat. That's how it rolls, bro. All right, let's pull another card. I'm feeling exhausted, but I at least want to do one more set. You know? How do you lose body fat? Stop eating carbs, intermittently fast. You know what I mean? Body dysmorphia is real. It is real, right? You know, I was just saying that benching 350, 365 is weak for a man my size. That's my body dysmorphia talking, right? Doesn't matter what I bench, it'll never be enough. It'll never be enough. But that's me, and that's a lot of you guys too. I know a lot of us can relate. You know, we will always be our own worst critic. You know, we'll always be our own worst critic. Those haters out there ain't got nothing on us. You know what I mean? Bro, you're so right about consistency, and now it's just a routine of mine. Yes, Big John, welcome to the chat. Consistency is key. We all heard it before, but ain't none of us listened, right? A lot of us go around hearing things, but none of us truly listen. When it comes down to it, staying consistent builds discipline. It was there in front of our face the whole time. Do I ship cards to Australia? Heck yeah, Reggie. SUCKA-FREE deck of cards, guys. Check them out at the SUCKA-FREE-store.com. Appreciate all your support. Yeah. Real Deal Prime says, love the gym. Heck yeah. Says 20 grams of creatine a day. Heck yeah. Going big. Real Deal Prime, 20 grams. Yeah, creatine's an interesting thing. I love it. I love it. I'm going to take some as soon as this workout's over with. Okay, so we got Queen and 7. So 17 on deck, and that's how we're going to end it. And this is what we've done. Yeah, we done did it, right? It's good enough. We picked it up, we put it back down. I'm feeling good. On top of the 400 push-ups we did this morning. Oh wait, no, we did 400 pull-ups this morning and 400 body squats. You know, it's all a good time. It's all a good time. Lead singer of Mags. I've never heard that band before. Thanks for the stream. Hey, thanks guys for being here. Make sure you guys subscribe, like, you know, be supportive to your friends out there in their fitness journey. And if you see anybody having a sucker attack, you know, when you're in the middle of the sucker attack, it's hard to even see that you're having a sucker attack, you know. But standing on the outside, watching your friends, you know, it's easy to see sometimes, you know. When your friends are going through things like that, be a bro and say, hey, come on, man, you're having a sucker attack. Let's do some push-ups, you know. I try to get all my friends that are not doing so well in life, I try to introduce them to, you know, push-ups. Because it helped me out so much, man. I'm so thankful for push-ups. You know, I want to share this with everybody. Hey, what's up? Super Toucan, bro, MX50. Whoa, bro. Thank you so much for your channel support. Says, Jesse, I've tried to shoulder workout using the resistance bands, but I'm not feeling the pump. I want to ask you for your advice. Not sure what I did wrong. Well, Super Toucan, check out the Discord. Get on the Discord and post the link and tag me in it so I can watch you and what you're doing. And we'll start there, and I'll give you my opinion from there. Yeah, join our Discord, guys. It's a wonderful workout community of fitness like-minded people, and we just talk like 24 hours a day about picking things up, putting them back down. You know what I mean? Let's see, how often do you do hangs? I do hangs every day, you know, but I half-ass them, right? It's kind of like greasing the groove, but it adds up. You know, my best dead hang was 23 minutes. Now, where's the Discord? It'll be posted in the chat on the YouTube momentarily. Yep. Catch it while it's hot, guys, because it expires quickly. Yeah.